The son, lost and alone, desperate for a death that never comes. The daughter, a spirit of vengeance, hated by the very ones she tries to protect. The father, so crippled by anguish he can't see his best friend for who he really is. The monster, the man behind the slaughter. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie is finally upon us, and it actually looks pretty good, and I don't fault Scott and the studio for taking it in a different direction from the games that we're all so familiar with. That said, Valex's FNAF Movie VHS reminds us that at its core, the story of Five Nights at Freddy's is a tragedy, a brutal, harrowing tale of death and suffering. And this harrowing tale of brutal death and suffering is brought to you by today's sponsor, Opera GX. Look at my browser. Now look at yours. Yours sucks, unless you use Opera GX, in which case you already know what's up. Seriously, just download Opera GX, open up the mod store, and in 10 seconds you can have FNAF browser. You've got animated FNAF wallpaper with spooky background ambience. You open a tab, it's the camera noise. You close a tab, it's the door slamming noise. You type, it's just like a bunch of FNAF noises, and the whole browser is freaking purple. The mod manager even lets you customize individual mods, although I'm not sure why you'd want to do that when all FNAF everything is an option. So, you're ready to switch to Opera GX, but your lame old browser has all your bookmarks and stuff. Well, thanks to Opera GX's quick import tool, you can effortlessly transfer everything to your new awesome browser, and it's even compatible with every Google Chrome extension. Click the link in the description to download the very special Theft King version of Opera GX that lets you see all the latest Theft King videos on your homepage. Thanks so much to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. December 22nd, 1983. Late at night, Fazbear co-founder Henry Emily arrives at Fredbear's Family Diner. It would be the last time he ever set foot in the establishment. The restaurant is quiet, and the only evidence of the tragedies that took place lies on Fredbear himself. The animatronic's jaw hangs dislodged, his torso stained with blood. Henry cuts the power to the restaurant one final time. In spite of the brutal horrors that had taken place earlier that year, Fredbear's Family Diner would go out with a whimper rather than a bang.
Jesus, what was that?
While Henry could only see the terrifying visage of the puppet, the restaurant's security cameras captured something else entirely, a ghostly figure in the shape of a young girl. The puppet seems to be aware that something was captured on the building's security cameras, something they want Henry to see, but in his terror, he flees the building, ignorant to the horrifying truth hidden on the videotape. We see Charlotte Emily standing outside Fredbear's Family Diner when William Afton's car approaches.
Was that the fight of 87?
No, Your Majesty, we've been over this. That was the fight of 83. The fight of 87 comes later. Immediately afterwards, we're treated to one of the creepiest scenes in recent FNAF VHS memory as the puppet reveals what lies behind its mask. Having failed to compel her father Henry to watch the tape and learn the truth of her grisly fate, we learn that William Afton was eventually able to intercept the tape, and as he watches it back, Charlie communicates with him from beyond the grave. I know you're watching this. I knew you would remember and that you would return. But know that I'm still here. I don't hate you, but I will make sure you get what you deserve. I'm always watching, William. With Henry having driven away, the spirit of his daughter Charlie was never able to tell him that the requirements for getting into heaven was loving puppies and kittens and being subscribed to Theft King. You love puppies and kittens, right? And you want to go to heaven, right? Subscribe to Theft King. When Jebediah Clarkson arrived at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, he believed he was in for a simple evening of monitoring security cameras and drinking coffee. Setting down his camcorder, he notices a message on the phone's answering machine, but like so many others before him, Jebediah pays little attention to the instructions. Ignorant of the office's strict power limitations, Jeb experiments with the doors before toggling the hallway lights outside each of them and setting the security cameras to the stage. Placing down his own camcorder, he goes to grab a cup of coffee, but by the time he returns, he's already used half his power. If it wasn't obvious, Jebediah sucks at Five Nights at Freddy's, and he decides to take a nap, rationalizing that he'd surely be awoken by the sound of anyone trying to break into the pizzeria or something. However, when he does wake up, he notices that Bonnie and Chica have left the stage.
I'm not kidding, okay? They're gone. Look, I don't know what's going on. I can't find them on the cameras. So I'm probably just gonna I'm gonna have to look in person, and I'm not liable for whatever happens to these things, okay? Okay.
Confused and more than a little frightened, Jebediah leaves the office to search for the missing animatronics.
Look! It's only one. I don't know where the others have gone. This isn't funny.
However, as he rounds the corner to the bathrooms, he comes upon Chica.
Jesus Christ. Let's get the life out of me. Okay, this is ridiculous. Are you seeing this? What the hell? What is this? Oh my gosh.
Fleeing from the robotic chicken, Jeb retreats to the office and seals himself inside.
This is not ridiculous. Let's go. Okay, door's closed. Door's closed. Okay, I'm calling the police. They can deal with this. I have no idea what's going on here.
Unfortunately, up until this point, Jebediah had been incredibly careless with his power, playing with the doors, leaving the hall lights on, and even falling asleep with the camera still active. As impossible as it seems, he had run out of power on night 1.
It's not happening.
Fleeing the office, Jebediah encounters Chica in the party room and sprints into parts and service, evading her. However,
Okay. I need to call someone. Please. This is not happening.
Hey there, buddy! We best get you ready for showtime.
as Jebediah's screams rang out into the night, nearby residents heard them and called the police in response to the disturbing sound. A short time later, police officer Fumble-Thumbs arrives at the restaurant to investigate, but after entering the building and making his presence known, he's met with nothing but a ghostly silence.
Police! Hello? Is anyone in here? This is the police! We have reports that there was screaming. Are you injured?
The officer heads into the arcade, where he encounters an apparently dormant Bonnie.
Jesus Christ! Stupid robots.
Moving closer to examine the blood, Officer Fumblethumbs is startled by a crash from behind him.
Hey, I know you're in here. Come out with your hands up.
In a panic, he activates his Halo Combat Evolved active camo and radios to dispatch.
I got a situation over at Freddy's Pizza Place. Someone's moved the animatronics and one of them was hidden behind a wall. It's covered in what I believe is blood. Suspect is still in the building. Hello, does anyone read me? I know you're back there. Come out with your hands up. You are under arrest. What the? What the hell?
Shortly after the glitch sequence, the officer notices a ghostly figure fleeing through one of the doorways.
Who's there? Show yourself.
Pursuing the creature, Officer Fumblethumbs moves deeper into the pizzeria when...
Come out right now. Quit playing games. Whoa! Jesus Christ! God, no! Stay back!
While Freddy isn't harmed by the bullets, he's sort of stunned.
Did you really have to shoot him in the face?
Seizing on the opportunity, the officer flees into the parts and service room where he encounters another Freddy suit in a pose that should be familiar to any FNAF 1 player. It's the game over screen. The implication is obvious that Jebediah had been forcefully stuffed into one of the spare Freddy suits, killing him. Horrified, Officer Fumblethumbs moves to exit the parts and service room when... On June 26, 1985, two local children were reportedly lured into a backroom of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. While video surveillance identified the man responsible and led to his capture the following morning, the children themselves were never found and are presumed dead. There are now 5 missing children linked to the pizzeria. The suspect was captured on the security feed wearing one of the company's decommissioned Springlock suits, luring a lone child away from the main dining hall and towards the safe room. Later that night, the suspect in the Springlock suit is seen exiting the back room, a knife in hand. Police would eventually find the victims, stuffed within the animatronic suits.
And let the hollow voice commence to pop, 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 yeah.